polisi itu, guys. Ya Allah. Merinding sebadan-badan. Ayo, aku dapat banget videonya. Udah. Polisinya nggak mau berhenti.
Indonesia is on edge. What began as outrage over the law for ministers that turned into the death of a motorcycle delivery driver has exploded into the nation's most violent protests in years. Parliament buildings set ablaze, hundreds injured, and deep anger directed at both the government and police. In a country of 270 million people, the crisis is more than just a street protest. It's a test of democracy, leadership, and survival. Indonesia is witnessing its most violent protests in years with deadly consequences. At least 3 people have been killed and 5 others injured after protesters allegedly set fire to the regional parliament building in Makassar, South Sulawesi, located nearly 1,600 kilometers east of Jakarta. According to Indonesia's disaster management agency, 2 victims died on the spot while 1 succumbed at the hospital. Local officials confirmed that the victims were trapped inside the burning building, while 2 of the injured sustained fractures after jumping to escape the flames. The fire was extinguished hours later, but its impact underscored the spreading chaos across Indonesia. Protests erupted nationwide on Friday after video footage circulated showing a police tactical vehicle running over and killing a motorcycle delivery driver, Afan Kurniawan, during demonstrations in Jakarta. The victim's death triggered widespread anger, particularly among young Indonesians and gig economy workers already protesting low wages and what they see as lavish perks for government officials. The scale of unrest has been vast. In Jakarta, hundreds of protesters stormed the gates of the Mobile Brigade Corps, a paramilitary police unit notorious for heavy-handed crackdowns. Demonstrators hurled stones and firecrackers, while police responded with tear gas. In West Java's capital, Bandung, commercial buildings including a bank and a restaurant were set ablaze. By Saturday, protests had spread to multiple major cities, with local reports estimating over 200 people injured nationwide. The government has scrambled to respond. President Prabowo Subianto, less than a year into his presidency, faces the biggest test of his tenure. He has urged calm, ordered an investigation into the violence, and personally visited the family of the slain driver. At the same time, he warned that the demonstrations were escalating into anarchic actions that threaten public order. To contain the fallout, police have detained 7 officers linked to the driver's death, though public confidence in accountability remains low. The protests are being fueled by multiple grievances. Economically, Indonesia is grappling with rising living costs and stagnant wages, leaving gig workers like delivery drivers especially vulnerable. Politically, resentment has grown over corruption allegations and the perception of lawmakers enjoying luxury perks while ordinary citizens struggle. The police killing acted as a spark in an already combustible climate. International observers are closely watching the crisis unfold. Indonesia, home to more than 270 million people and Southeast Asia's largest economy, is considered a key regional power. Prolonged instability could undermine both investor confidence and Jakarta's role in ASEAN diplomacy. Domestically, the crisis raises urgent questions about governance, accountability, and the balance between state authority and civil rights. The government's next steps will determine whether these protests fade or escalate into a broader movement. For now, the sight of a burning parliament and bloodied streets sends a clear message. Indonesia is at a breaking point, and its leaders are running out of time to restore public trust. But with the youth rising and taking to the streets, the governments usually don't stand a chance to such young bloods.